Hi guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here to look at the brand new Sauber. They didn't release it in pre-season testing or the first pre-season test, but we have a look at the new car today. Same livery as last year, and well, pretty much the same livery as last year. The same colours, a few new sponsors on the car, which is always good to see for them. Obviously Sauber, a team in the season previews that we did, we sort of said that they're a team that's going to be struggling this year, and they might be down the bottom with the Manners just because their financial, what's the right word I'm looking for here? They're not very good in their financial state at the moment, is what I'm trying to say basically. So, any extra sponsor would be great, but the car itself, the front nose has changed. It's not quite as long as the sort of stubbly bit isn't quite as long as it was last year. That should, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but that should help the aerodynamics. Obviously not having such a large bit of a carbon fibre sticking out the front of the car. Something else you can see in that shot there is the air intake at the top. I think it's a different shape. It's a triangle, and it's also got sort of two other air intakes. You can see in that picture as well, two sort of smaller intakes just above it. That is different for 2016. The air intakes I think they're slightly smaller as well. So, that should mean that they don't, obviously, when you have a big side pod, obviously, you're taking lots of air, and that means the engine's getting cooler and cooler. But, if you don't need big side pods, it's better, obviously, because of the drag effect. So, yeah, hopefully, for Sauber at least, this car will be fast. I mean, we know they've struggled with money and financial stuff for the last few years, and it would be good for them to get another solid season under their belt. They started off 2015 incredibly well, if you remember correctly. They got, was it a 5th place in Australia with Felipe Nasr? So, if they can replicate that sort of thing in the future, just maybe get a good result here and there, they can really sort of get back up the grid a bit. But it's going to be tough because I think 2016 is going to be a very competitive year, at least in the midfield. There's so many teams I'm thinking that are going to be in there. I mean, anyone from maybe Red Bull or something like that, maybe anyone down from Red Bull down to the Saubers and the Hasses. I think that's going to be an incredibly close season. I don't think Red Bull are going to be too good this year. That'll probably mean they'll go on and win the championship. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really close midfield this year, which let's hope, for our sake, we get some entertaining racing. Something that has been missing the last few years with the dominance since really 2009. Even though Brawn dominated that year, I suppose, for me at least, it was different because obviously Jenson Button was a brand new driver going for the championship, and he was British, so for me that's what made that exciting. But you could say even back to 2008 we haven't had a season where there's a proper championship fight between two cars that are very similar. That's going to get a bit of hate, I'm sure, because we've looked at it in the past and there have been close championship battles, but then I think one driver has done a lot better than the other. For example, 2012, I think Alonso still outperformed that car incredibly, as in 2010 as well. I think he outperformed the car, and I've always thought the Red Bull from 2010 to 2010 to 2013 was the best car on the grid for the majority of the season. So yeah, let's just hope at least we have a nice, close season, lots of entertaining races, and Sauber could be a big part of that. If they can nick a podium here and there, who knows where they could end up in the standings. Let's hope for them at least it's a successful year, and yeah, hopefully it's just a good season in general. But that is all of the Formula 1 cars released. Let me know your comments down below. I'm going to have a video later of my Manchester United versus Arsenal vlog. See that later. Thanks for watching. It's been Alex Goodbye.